get like extreme close up. Hey guys, welcome. Hey guys, welcome to our new podcast. It is our first episode of misBEERhavior, and I am your host, Ariana, and this is the beautiful Missy and the beautiful Ronaldo, and we are going to drink beer.
Right on. Super excited. So this is our first episode starting in misBEERhavior, but we have almost 80 episodes of our strobing butt plug. Why didn't we change it sooner? We're just crazy. I don't know.
Because it was funny while it lasted.
It was funny while it lasted for 80 fucking episodes, guys.
So I can tell you why they decided to finally change it. We went out to a beer tasting thing, and some cute boy was like, "Oh my God, your stuff is funny, but your name's dumb." And he like flirted with them. And then they were like, "Okay, we'll change it."
Well, I was already
cute,
thinking
but not
about...
attracted to. I've been thinking about that too. Cute, but not attracted to him. It was more so like.
It's still a cute boy.
I thought he was cute.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but like with that, it's kind of like maybe we should change the name. How should we do this? We're not really putting ourselves out there. We're not growing an audience. We're not doing this with intention. The only intention is to get together and bullshit. So we have intention with us now. It's great.
So, on today's episode, the first episode of misBEERhavior.
Should we describe what we do for those that didn't catch any strobing butt plug? And our shtick.
We drink beer and rate it and trash talk and just tell random stories, basically. So humor and entertainment.
Right.
Hopefully.
The rules are we take turns hosting. The host brings 3 beers. 2 we try. You guys know everything about it. We know everything about it. The 3rd beer we call the mysterious Beerious. Nobody but the host knows what it is, and sometimes on a rare occasion, even the host has forgotten what they brought because it's been sitting in the Dos Equis coaster, and the Dos Equis koozie, not coaster. And it's sitting in there, and it's been sitting there a couple weeks, and we're like, what the fuck did I even bring? And then everybody's trying to guess what flavor it is, and it's a lot of fun.
Episode 1, cross it off.
She's being the great note taker and keeper that she has been. Sometimes she still sucks.
That's true. So today we're going to drink a beer by Platform Beer Company, and let's see, it is in collaboration with Bonneray. I don't know how Bonneray. I don't know, how do you say that?
It sounds California.
It sounds
Cincinnati.
It's Bon Erie is how it's spelled.
Bonneray. I don't know how you say it. Sorry.
The first Bon is one word. Bon Erie is another word, but I don't think it's pronounced like that.
So this is it's called Opera Cream. It's a coffee stout with natural flavors. Let's see. Grains. It has 2-row Vienna extra dark crystal Cara Bohemian pale chocolate malt, Carafa special type 3 flaked oats. Hops are Galena and Mandarina. I don't know if I'm saying any of this right. American ale, and it contains lactose and Seven Hills Opera Cream coffee beans.
Man, they put a lot of their ingredients on there. That is impressive.
This is what I like.
So this is a 5.4%.
I feel like I've either had that one before or almost bought it. I almost think maybe Eric and Mindy bought it, and maybe I tried it of theirs. But I'm really excited today, right now, because Arche and Platform are both a couple of my favorite breweries. And of all the beers we tried a shit ton of Arche, and I think Platform was almost like
Arche
second.
Is very high.
Arche is like the top. Like we've tried the most out of Arche, I think.
Here's your porn shot.
Oh yeah.
And then our second beer is going to be by Arche. It's maple mashed sweet potatoes. It's a milk stout.
Good as
with
hell.
Maple and sweet potato, and it is an 8%. And Arche is out of Cleveland or Akron.
Yeah, Akron.
So
I was still jealous that you guys got to go there. Like I forget what I was doing that I couldn't. Oh, it was Jake's football game.
And that was like back around Halloween, so we were actually going to see Evil Dead the musical, and that happened to be in the area.
Yeah. that Evil Dead the Musical was the most terrible, amazing thing ever.
It was awesome.
That's funny.
I dug it. Our seats kind of sucked, but...
Well,
I still want to get together with you guys again, like, because I didn't go with the both of you, but I want to do a Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I 100% want to dress like Rocky, like, but I want to get the muscular suit, not the
not the fairy hat.
the hair, what were you getting ready to say?
The fairy hat man.
The fairy hat man, the hairy fat man.
The not me suit, okay?
The not me, yeah, the muscular bro, like, yeah.
So, and also...
I looked good, guys.
We always do
Look
the
it up
mysterious Beerious.
look it up in our pictures, guys. Got some hotness.
We always do the mysterious Beerious on the Disturbing Butt Plug. So
Absolutely.
we always put it in this Dos Equis koozie. So I don't know if that's going to change because we're changing our looks and things like that. So
That's just got to stay the same.
It's kind of a tradition now. So what do you guys want to drink first?
Some beer.
See, that Arche would... I don't want to drink it. We always do a pre-beer. We typically always do a pre-beer. Mine gave me a buzz. We know this now. But I feel like we should do the Arche because I really want to try that. I don't want my tastes to be skewed anymore.
You good with that, Ronald?
That's fine.
Okay.
I mean, no, I'm so mad.
So I actually wrote down a lot of information about these breweries this time. So we're going to be more informative on that sort of thing.
Absolutely.
And here is
the corn pour.
And then a super close shot of pouring.
Look at that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it's very dark.
We're trying with some webcams. We always did one cam. Now we're doing like multiple cams, but we don't have all the stuff yet. So we have really shitty angles until we grow. But you know what? If you guys like us when we kind of suck, then you'll like us when we grow. Because what is it that they say on Adventure Time? Something about getting good.
It takes a lot of time with sucking before you get good.
Something like that. Like you have I forget what it is, but basically you gotta suck. You gotta be good at sucking before you get good at being good.
So yeah.
Ooh, that smells like carrots.
So
what does this smell like?
I wanted to say Arche is out of Akron. All of their beers are produced via pressurized fermentation, which eliminates the step of carbonation. The guy who owns it is named Ron, and he's been brewing for 19 years, and he's got like lots of science degrees and stuff, and like, so if you go on their website, he has a whole blog of how he opened this brewery, and it's actually really interesting. It's like way too much to go into on here, but
I love that shit though.
But it was really interesting to read about. So, he opened, let's see, there's a Merriman location, which is like downtown. And let's see, he had like a second location also. But it made me laugh because the thing that I read about his downtown location, he put like, it sucks because during rush hour, it's hard to like get in and out, but it's like hostage marketing basically because people are stuck there.
Sweet, good guy.
Like that.
That's
made me
funny.
laugh, kind of.
That is.
But
I swear, people who are in the sales of shit are manipulative as hell, but they gotta be. It's very competitive. You just gotta be. Like, I like that though. That's funny as fuck.
And what I liked about his whole blog, he gave everybody credit for the things that they did too, and I really liked that. It made me happy.
Good for him.
Yeah,
I like people
sure.
who do that. So this is good as fuck.
It is.
Let's see. Very little carbonation. It's sweet, but not super thick. It's got an interesting texture. I don't know how to describe it. When I first smelled it, it smelled like carrots and celery salt, but it's nothing like that. It tastes very much like, just kind of like sweet potatoes. Just like, not boring sweet potatoes, but it's not like sweet potato casserole. It's not like overly sweet potato, like sweet potatoes.
I feel like sweet potatoes, if you take away some of the sweetness, it's got
like candied yams kind of.
Yes.
It's a basic taste, food-wise, but not basic for beer. Like, it's an 8%, but it's not overly sweet. It's not disgusting. I could probably drink 3 of these, like, over the course of an evening, before feeling sick, before, like, being like, oh, I'm done, I gotta fucking quit.
See, I already tried this because I bought a 4-pack.
See, there you go.
So, like, I drank 2 of them in a row, and then I think I drank a third one, like, a different day or something.
Right, yeah, like
I probably would drink 3 of them if I didn't fall asleep.
Like, a lot of the beers we have that are super not beer-like is mostly like, ooh, I can only drink one of those. Like, it's super rich or super sweet. This isn't very much. It's just very it's very pleasing to drink.
It's sweet, but
it's definitely
like
a sweet beer, but it's got some of it's lactose sweet, some of it's definitely the grains and whatnot that went into it.
It's the sweet potatoes. It's definitely the sweet potatoes. Hence, sweet potato.
And I don't know if there's like a list of grains and stuff on.
Usually about all they ever put
marshmallowy shit. Is it marshmallow in it?
Think about all they ever I see on there is if they put lactose in it for people that are lactose intolerant generally.
Yeah.
Contains lactose, that's all it says on here.
Is it a marshmallow?
Huh?
Is it a marshmallow? I can't remember.
Maple mashed potatoes.
I was getting ready to say because it tastes mapley, but I couldn't. That's where the good sweetness comes from. So it's overall it's not sick. Like it's not thick. It's a lot thinner than a lot of their beers. For being as sweet as it is, without being too sweet.
Every time I think about thick, dark beers, I don't know what episode it was on the butt plug, but we had...
Jesus Christ, the one that was the motor oil.
No, it was that fucking golf beer. Remember
that shit? It was motor oil. It was the golf beer. That was
the golf beer?
Yeah.
Angry chair.
That was good as fuck. I would try more of theirs.
Angry chair or something like that.
That stuff was like literally...
It left a film in the glass.
I damn near felt like I had to chew it. It was delicious, but it was damn near chewing.
Yeah, it was very good.
It was a dessert. It was definitely a dessert.
I'm in the process because I'm like, I didn't organize things. Like, I wanted to have it organized and know which episodes we drank which beers, and then we can, like, link back to it on, like, this episode, for instance, because, you know, he mentioned it. So...
That's going to get people watching other things.
Right, so...
10 minutes a day. Just something, like...
I'm, like, trying to, like, go back, because I've been, like, keeping track since I thought to do that. I'm like, why didn't I do that in the first place, you know? And have, like...
Trial and error.
Yeah, like, an overview of, like, what the episodes, like, maybe what we talked about or something like that.
That's actually really good.
Yeah, so I figure I can go back and look at that and see...
This is good.
It is very good.
I would buy a 4-pack of this. Did I watch you buy this? Did you buy this at the
Jungle Gems? Jungle Gems, I think.
Maybe that's why I remember seeing it. So we went to Jungle Gems a couple weeks ago.
What's up with you today, Ron?
I'm listening so far.
We went to we're in Ohio. We were close to the Cincinnati area. We went to Braxton Brewery. They had their Dark Charge Day. And we went to that, and that's where she got this. So she got this in that area. So there's a 2 little, well, they're not little. They're huge grocery stores called Jungle Gems. If you're in the Cincinnati area, check it out. You will not be disappointed. They're just very novel. They're international groceries. They
have a section which is for pretty much every nation or section of the world.
They got some good shit.
Good shit, you know.
Fun stuff in the store, too. Like, your kids will just have fun there.
It's not just craft beer. They have a huge, tremendous craft beer, wine, state store alcohol selection. But as you go around the store, there are, like, animatronic puppets and things of, like, well, near the cakes, they have, like, this guitar-playing Elvis lion.
The guitar playing Elvis lion.
Well,
that's at the Fairfield one, right? There's an Eastgate one kind of blows ass.
Yeah, but you know, the Elvis playing lion because you know lions are kings of the jungle. Yeah. Elvis was king of rock and roll.
I didn't get that. It didn't make sense to me, but now it does.
Near their seafood section, they have a whole like boat in there, and in the windows of the boat, they have like the guys from Gilligan's Island painted on it, and on top of the boat, they have like different cereal mascots playing. You know, like a band and shit.
Snap, crackle, pop, guys.
I can remember going in there with my parents when I was younger, and I actually enjoyed being in there. Like, I had fun in there, kind of.
You know, my parents never took me there, and I learned of that place from Ron, and I took my kids in there, and they're like, we hate it here. Fucking ungrateful assholes.
Well, how old were your kids when you took them? Were they teenagers by then?
Almost. Because there was a time that I did take them that they did like. I took them and their friends, and so we bought all of the candies and the chocolates that had the bugs and shit in them. So we were eating like centipedes and fucking
suckers.
We didn't have scorpion. We had crickets and grasshoppers. So we were eating those candies, and they're not bad. Like the chocolate covered ones, I'm like, these were actually kind of good. I was disgusted that they were. Yeah, I'm like, fuck it.
My
Crunchy
daughter,
and chocolatey. It was like good. All right.
my daughter loves to get the scorpion suckers, and
Does she eat the scorpion?
yes, and she'll take the damn things and sit there in class and eat them in class,
Just to like shock.
just to shock people.
I
People
would
still,
totally do shit like that.
people just look at her like,
Yeah,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
I used to love shocking people.
Right. It's the more that I'm like discovering me, I'm just really remembering who I was, and I'm like, yeah, I'm totally gonna become that person again. Like there was probably a lot of ignorant dumbness of me, but I'm like, I kind of like that. Like I have the knowledge, but the actions that I just want to be, and somebody finds fault with it, it's not as shitty though. It's a better
Rinse
version.
your glasses, they make things taste better. Remember that.
But no.
Not that I'm telling them, I'm just doing it.
So that Arche, it was sweet.
When we were at Arche,
Refreshing.
so when we went to
Good Arche, they did.
yes, when Ariana and I went to Arche, like it was almost a shame we were in town to see the Evil Dead thing, because that night they were having like costume wrestlers. They were setting up a wrestling mat down on the floor for some charity thing. And in one of the
Was this at the same venue?
yeah, this was at Arche.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant at the.
No, this
thing
was
you were
at
watching.
Arche. And
Was it midget wrestling? I that's one of my goals. In life.
costume wrestling. So I think there may have been some midget.
Probably.
But the key part is like for one of the Halloween
Wee Man.
episodes, I went as the drag queen of England. Well, they had somebody there who was a zombie drag queen of England for wrestling.
That's awesome. I would have loved to see that. See, that would be great. I really wish. It's funny. I'm glad Jake's not doing football this year. I bet this year will be the lamest October era of all. Because I just, I was available for every football game that he played this year. And this is one of their worst years yet. And all the other years, I had to work, and there was other things that I was doing. And there were just some really good years that they had and good plays that they had. And I was always missing the good plays that he had from work. And so, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to be glad when he's not doing football, because then I'll just be like, it's going to be his senior year at school. And if he sticks to not doing football, he's just going to be doing cool shit with me, his mom. Because you know what? He's not one that wants to hang out with his mom, but when I force him to do it, god damn it, he does enjoy himself.
I'm excited because in 5 months, my daughter will both be 18 and graduated, and I'll be effectively a free man. That will be fun.
That's fun. I kind of can't wait for that, but it's I want my kids to be older because I want to take them places. I'm like, man, it'd be really cool if I could take them to see comedians. But a lot of times you have to be 18 and up at a minimum. So I'm like, damn it,
sometimes you have to be 21, don't you?
Well, a lot of that's 21.
Well, if it's
beer.
the venues that you have to buy a 2-drink minimum, that's what it would be.
Or maybe the later shows or something like that.
Right, yeah. Because it's damn it, my kids are kind of my best friends, but I want to be able to enjoy them before they start their own families and say, Mom, I'm too busy to be your best friend. Go find new friends. I mean, god damn it, I have a couple friends, but I want to have you guys as friends. I have a couple friends.
Well, then I just lose them for a little bit, and then, they come back.
Their grandkids are going to be my best friends. There's going to be no choice.
Then they come back with grandkids, and you act like my dad, who loves the hell out of my nephew way more than he loved me or my brother at that age.
That's great. I feel like the way my kids are now, it's kind of I kind of feel like they won't have kids, and then there's part of me that kind of hopes that they don't have kids, because it's ridiculously hard. A lot of it sucks. But I'm trying to help them get set up with shit so that, if they do have kids, it'll be all good and whatever. But it's really funny because they say shit that pisses me off. And the Ron Gay cam, they say shit that pisses me off. We're someplace in public and they hear a baby, they're like, stomp on it, baby, kick its head off, set it on fire, put it in a blender, put us out of our misery.
So what did you do at that age?
I don't think I did that about kids. I feel like I didn't, say the shitty things. But I remember distinctively being at the mall one time, the kid was throwing their fit, and then I remember yelling at the parents from across the way, being like, just buy him the fucking toy and save him the therapy. I did shit like that because I was just you know what? They're saying shit that I disapprove, but goddamn, they don't say half the shit I did. I was like, they're probably gonna be good.
Yeah, and they're gonna meet a girl, like the girl of their dreams or whatever, and she's gonna be like, I want a kid, and they're gonna be like, okay.
15 and 17-year-old boys do not want kids. 15 and 17-year-old girls are like, oh, when I'm an adult, I want to have a kid.
Not mine.
And this generation's very different too. Like a lot of them are just not having kids because they're like, dude, I can't even fucking support myself. How the fuck am I going to support somebody else? And I don't want to get in a relationship because the opposite sex is toxic as fuck.
Well, like
That's so smart, man.
Right. Like I do not regret my kids.
Like how?
But if I had the knowledge that I did now, I probably wouldn't have them. Like, and a lot of people across the board are just like, I don't regret my kids, but I wouldn't have them. I would have lived my life. I'd been selfish as fuck. And I'm like, damn, I would have done that too.
See, for me, I kind of wish I had more kids, but not with her mom.
Yeah.
Well, like with someone stable. Someone stable.
I have 2 kids, and I'm cool with the 2 kids, but I'm like, I just would rather have 1 kid because you wouldn't have them influencing each other. And I would have had 1 kid, and I'd been like, hey, why don't you just do homeschool? And we can do this, and we'll travel the world, and we'll do this, and we'll do this. And I could do the shit that I want to do now, but can't do because I have kids. If I had kid, and they wouldn't collaborate against me, like, I'd be able to fucking do the shit.
Like,
and I'm just over here all childless.
Fucking lucky.
I'm the aunt.
That's what she's saying.
So, talking about all that shit, I'm excited because committing some planning for my birthday this year in about 2 months, and I think there's going to be a fun little vacation because I'm about to sucker my folks out of a trip to Disney.
Sweet.
It was going to be a cruise, and I was actually talking to my mom on the way over here about that shit because Mom and Dad both like, we really want to go on a cruise. Okay, because they've got like a timeshare thing that they got points for it. Mom was like, yeah, the cruise is out. Okay, why?
How's the cruise out?
Their passports expired.
Oops.
You need passports to get into the Bahamas.
And yeah, like passport laws are weird. You can't even go someplace 6 months before your passport's expired.
Well, you could theoretically, it could be a week vacation, or you could go stay there for 6 months to a year or something like that and become an illegal alien.
No, you can't. You just literally can't. Eric's passport was not expired when him and Ian were going to go to Amsterdam, and he still couldn't fucking go.
That's fucked up. Why even buy the passport?
Right. Well, because you can go the amount of time before.
Well, why even have an expiration date though?
They're good for 10. They're good for 10 years. They have an expiration date because in 10 years your picture changes enough.
I get that, but if you can't use it
right,
for the last 6 months, why even have the expiration date?
Like
to remind your ass to go renew it. I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's the thing of, okay, you're going to go on a week vacation. It's 6 months prior, but who's to say you're really coming back and you're going to be fucking dishonest and then you're just going to stay there and you're going to be in there.
Your passport expired. You can't get back into America.
Oops, my bad. You're probably right. Something like that. Like, you have to have a passport that's good for 10 years.
Well, like the kids got the underager one, and it's actually only good for 5 years. It's good for less time.
Yeah, because kids change like crazy, especially when they get adults.
Hers will expire.
Fat as fuck or bald as fuck.
Hers will expire when she's 19, I think.
Probably.
So, and when she's 19, if she wants to get another one, that shit's on her at that point.
Right.
But it'll be easier for her to get it. But I'm plotting that. And the other thing you were talking about, like doing things with kids. This October in Las Vegas, there's going to be like a big, was it when we were young concert with.
That's what I thought.
With fucking like Green Day and Blink-182 and all these other people. And I was like, oh shit, her ass is going to be graduated at 18. We're totally going to fucking do that.
I'll probably still do it anyway. I'll be like, sorry kids. They get 2 options. You deal without me for a whole long ass weekend, or you just skip school your Friday and Monday. I would do it. Fuck it. Like, I love my kids. They don't skip school. I had them skip school last winter with me to go Christmas shopping to buy them gifts because we actually had some money last year. This year we didn't, so we just gave them some money. And then, but they didn't skip. Well, they didn't skip school this year, but Jake had like an extra fucking week and a half off due to his nose surgery. So, I was like, well, guys, Christmas is going to suck this year compared to last year.
See,
I don't think it sucked.
See,
I get what I want over good.
For the kid me this year, it's pretty much set up so she's got all the required shit necessary to graduate, and then anything after that and over the top. At this point, I think I'll be okay with us taking a few days off to go on that trip to Disney.
So side view from you, not to interrupt, but your side view because you accidentally shaved too much of your face. All this shit's really light, and if this was gone from side view, you would look like Hitler. And I'm requesting you to do just.
I am not doing a Hitler. That shit comes back to bite your ass on the
I
internet
would
so bad.
100% do that just because, we had a friend who.
That's how we get our new podcast canceled before it gets off the ground, bitch.
We had a friend that did that one day. Like, he went to shave his face, and he's like, fuck it. He came out of the bathroom with the Hitler, 100% the Hitler, and he decided, he's like, whatever. And we were going to go hang out with some friends, and we initially thought one of them was Jewish. I forget why we thought one of them was Jewish, but we were, trying to distract him so he wouldn't finish shaving his face before we left. And then, whatever, for whatever reason we thought this person was Jewish, he ended up shaving, but then when we were talking to her, she's like, no, dude, I am not Jewish. We're like, why do you think you're Jewish? She's like, damn, I could have worn the Hitler stash here, not so bad. It was really...
Well, I mean, y'all are from,
I'm pretty sure you can't do that, though.
Well,
I feel like you can. Why couldn't you do it?
I think the part of Ohio you're from, people will be like, that's funny. Okay, fine, let's go back to the Klan rally.
I feel like it's just funny regardless because I would totally do it. Fuck it, I'm going to get a fake mustache and just go out with it.
Well, you're talking in German accent.
No, I'm just going to be typical me. They're going to be like, dude, what's with the Hitler stash? I'll be like, dude, what are you talking about?
You're just like, I'm looking for the final solution to some things.
I'd be like, what are you talking about? What stash? I'm like, I don't have a fucking stash.
It has problems. I'm looking for solutions.
Why are you guys crazy?
You guys ready for beer number 2?
Absolutely.
I feel like
we're really talking today.
I know. I feel like you guys are talking way too much and drinking way too little.
Well, you're the host this week. You control
you guys
this.
are and I'm just sitting here waiting for an opportunity.
I've been having a good couple days
to talk, and so
I did
beer number 2.
I did set a stopwatch.
Stopwatch.
Beer number 2 is Platform, the Bonbonnerie Opera Cream.
Bonbonnerie.
I don't know.
Bananerie.
Anywho's, this one is also very dark. I was not expecting that.
Oh yeah.
Here, pour that one right here. Oh, that is a lovely angle, isn't it?
We'll practice the pour shots. The pour porns. Porns. I like that.
Porn pours.
Porn pours.
With that angle, you get a really good shot, especially when she's doing earlier, of the color of it.
Mm-hmm.
That is a nice angle. We're gonna have to
to
reproduce that.
Fit in there. It's cool.
Who?
I'm going dry.
So I wrote some shit down about Platform also. I don't know, there's a little confusing. So I think they were founded in 2014, and they're a subsidiary of Anheuser-Busch.
So they got bought by Budweiser or something?
I believe so. So they came from humble beginnings. They started out as a 3BBL, which I believe means barrel. I'm not 100% certain. I couldn't find a for sure thing on that, but brew house in Cleveland, and then they opened a second place in Columbus, and they opened a production facility in Cleveland, and then Cincinnati has a tasting room named Lacoba, which actually sounds really fucking cool, and I think we should go there sometime.
Okay.
Sure thing.
And they have a sour beer place in Cleveland also called Funkin' Ship.
I'd go.
So
just to be grossed out.
They distribute in Ohio, Indiana, Kentucky, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, and they like to change their styles according to beer trends. So this Lacoba is their beers are made with local coffee. They have cocktails, a seasonal deli style menu, 12 taps, local art, classic board games, and Atari, and shuffleboard. So it sounds really fucking cool.
Breweries are so cool opening up to bring people together. There's a whole culture behind it, and I love it. It's places like that. I get a few drinks in me. I want to be social with people I don't know. If I don't have any drinks in me, I'm gonna be like, no, fuck, sorry, don't know you. I'd have to be in a really, just different mood.
Oh, before we get you into this one.
It smells fucking amazing. What did we rate the other one?
We need to rate them. So one of the things we did in our former life was to.
Dude, we're trans. Are we trans? Is that what we're doing?
I think the maple is a 4. Are we trans? Our former life?
Yeah.
So
our
I'm the
former
chicken.
life?
I'm the hot chick, and you're the 2 dudes now.
Sure. No, why not?
Okay.
Sure. I got the biggest dick here.
I can grow a stash.
I got babies. I got babies.
That works! She can grow stash, I got the biggest dick, and he can grow some boobies. Sweet.
So the
our
last
former life, our dead name, disturbing butt plug.
So okay, and I also think we should like have like a description
Right.
of.
What was that last one that I brought? That hack from the last episode, trash water, things like that.
You can't. Okay, so we are on Tapped. Untapped, is that what's called? Untapped.
Untapped, yes.
And the last episode under the strobing butt plug, which we changed our names on everything, so a lot of things we still have as our like the old account. So we have like old shit on it, and it was Molly Hackrange, and it was I can't remember what it's called, but it was like the animated something or other, and it mimics Disney.
And I thought Molly
games.
Hackrange was the name of it.
Yeah, but the brute like the company.
Oh, the company? I can tell you.
But it was.
It was a double or triple IPA or something.
It was so nasty. I described it as I basically said like if you took all of the trash bags out of a dumpster from a fucking restaurant and then all that liquid in the bottom got sloshed around with sour milk and then it was like separated and brewed, that's what you would have. It was vomit. It was so vile.
Tripping Animals Brewing Company.
Fucking nasty. I hated that shit.
So what did you rate the last beer before we...
This one we just had?
Maple.
I'll give it 4.5.
The maple?
Yeah, it was fucking good. I loved it.
What do you think, Ronald?
I do 4.
And we would say it is mapley.
Mapley sweet.
Sweet. Dark.
I thought it was refreshing for the type of beer that it was.
I like the tongue texture. My opinion was I felt it was a very velvety, smooth tongue texture.
Yeah. Small, bubbly carbonation. Like, I don't know if these are all descriptions that are on Untapped, but these are descriptions I've heard, and I will probably plug the hell out of these people. The Beerious.
Did you say the small amount of carbonation?
Yeah,
small bubbles.
Small bubbles. Like the carbonation, it had small bubbles.
Not quite a nitro.
It wasn't spicy carbonated. Like
it wasn't
McDonald's Sprite.
It wasn't a nitro stout, but it felt.
The bubbles
close.
felt very nitro-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a very comparable. This here, it smells fucking phenomenal. I haven't tasted it yet.
This smells very much like coffee.
It
has
chocolate. I smell dark chocolate.
I think it smells like coffee. And it's
like
it tastes like coffee. You can get like a hint of chocolate also.
I kind of smell some weed, but ever since I had COVID a long time ago, coffee to me now smells like weed, skunk, and garlic.
So this Bon Marie, what? I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, but
Bon Erie.
It's a bakery in Cincinnati, and it sounds to me like I couldn't really get a clear answer on this, but it sounds to me like this one comes out in the fall. But it said also on some website I looked at, it said it's retired. So, but then I saw other people were drinking it like this past year, like this last Christmas.
If it came out in the fall, how much do they make and how much is still out there?
Right.
So I don't know. Like it said it was retired like in 2019 or something like that on the one website I looked at. And then I saw, I think it was on Untapped or something when I looked it up.
Well, you said
people were drinking it right now.
You said platform is now owned like corporately or whatever by Anheuser-Busch. Maybe Anheuser just took the recipe and was like, fuck it, let's make some more.
Maybe.
So this right here, I don't know if it's the coffee or if it's like it's like I feel like there's more hops in it, a more hoppy flavor, but it's not like the bitter hop. But it could just be the coffee in it.
See, I'm getting kind of a bitter coffee taste.
Yeah, it's bitter coffee.
I'm getting coffee.
To me, I'm getting kind of an old coffee taste almost.
Yeah, it does. It is very. It's not flat, but it's flat.
When I was a kid, I had, and I think it's actually sitting up there. My grandma gave me like an old coffee percolator.
We talked about this before.
Yes, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned it on one of our episodes before. But it always had this like that coffee smell to it.
Coffee and cigarettes.
This taste.
That's it. Coffee and cigarettes is what I'm getting into.
The taste of this is like reminds me of the smell of that like
percolator
that I had.
It's good. It's not like ooh, this tastes awful. Like
it reminds me of a happy part of my childhood.
Percolated coffee is not something I've had often, but to me it usually tastes pretty burnt because it's hard to control like the temperature when it's doing its thing.
When it's percolated, it's pretty hot.
Burnt, bitter coffee.
Yes.
A little bit of chocolate, slight chocolate.
So your description with the percolator and how you describe that, and I'm like, in my head, it's got the cigarettes with it, like not so stale but kind of stale, and it's like, so Larry's grandma gave us a toaster years ago, and she was a heavy smoker, and so we go to use that toaster. It smelled like fucking just the stalest of all cigarettes. It just fucking permeated the house. And then your toast in our house, which was a non-smoking house, tasted like fucking cigarette
Isn't
smoke.
it crazy how you can taste that, like when you're not a
It
smoker?
was so bad. I'm like, this tastes like shit. I'm like, I'm not having this. So your description of the percolator is what put me in mind of that. But it's like, that toast was horrible. This is amazing. Like, they took the best parts of your childhood smell and
Condensed it into a beer.
into a good taste versus that damn toaster. But like,
Better than a cat piss toaster.
And I think I have like tastes and smells. They always like, you know how they just take you back to a memory sometimes, you know, and that's like how these coffee beers are sometimes. It always like takes me back to that memory for some reason.
That's great. That's a fun time. That's great. This is good. I really like it.
I like it too.
I don't like it as much as I like this. I like the other one first.
I do too.
I do. This has a bit of a bitterness to it that I don't like, but it's still, so it's less sweet, and that's like the thing about
That's
it.
probably what's getting me is the less sweet.
So I would give this one a 3.5.
Yeah,
I'd give this one a 4.
I give it a 3.5 also.
This is like one of those things like where you make yourself a coffee and you kind of run out of sweetener, like you don't have enough, but you have some. And then
It's like the coffee at work that's set around all day in the like drip brew pot, and you're like, you know, it's like
it's a little bit stronger and more.
It's like
bitter.
the 3-4 after.
It's good.
It's the coffee that was made in the morning. It's like 3 or 4 in the afternoon. You're like, just a little bit more to survive till, you know, quitting time. You're
slightly stale, but also
like the coffee's had a chance to sit there. It's gotten cold. It's not hot anymore. You're just like, God, this is gonna taste like shit, but that's gonna wake me the
something
fuck
about
up.
it's good.
I used to reheat, like I would make a pot of coffee.
Oh, yeah,
and
reheated
reheat it
coffee's
later,
good.
and I never had an issue. Like
It's actually a little bit better.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's a little bit better when you
Maybe I
reheat
just
it.
have unrefined palate.
Ron's
Like
just
white
probably
trash.
like, this is cold and it's going to be hideous, and so he's just going to drink the cold coffee when in fact you
Dude,
can just
iced
reheat
coffee
it.
is trash.
Iced coffee is good, but I'm not a fan of it.
I don't
Iced
like
coffee to make it good,
It really
you
makes
have
you
to
shit.
add so much fucking sugar to
it.
it.
So
Like the Starbucks iced whatever.
when they first came out with that, like with the cold coffee drinks, I used to like them like a long time ago when I was a teenager, but the last few times I tried to drink it, disgusting.
I've had some of the nitro coffees, you know, some of that shit you can get where they put like the nitro foam in it. Those aren't bad.
Those are delicious. I almost bought one last week, but it was like going to be for my personal. It was one that you brought when we were out in the pool. I poured a lot of water in there. Sorry to you guys who didn't get any water. But no, so I had this.
We have water.
Before we get more water,
We can get more.
We're out of water. There's no more water. Ah!
I had this partner at work a long time ago, and he liked black coffee. He was a black coffee drinker, and he was telling me about how his girlfriend was into the iced coffee. He's like, that sounds like it'd be all right. And so he's like, I'm gonna make me some iced coffee. So he brewed a pot of coffee, poured it in a glass, and fucking put ice in it. And then he was like, and just put nothing else in it. He was like, sure, I like black coffee. Iced coffee sounds like it would be great. He poured the
You
ice
just
in
get
it.
fucking watered
He
down.
said it was fucking awful.
You just get watered down cold coffee then.
He's like, I'm going to have to look for some recipes for people who like black coffee but also want to have iced coffee and try it.
When you think about it, you're like, oh, iced coffee, iced tea, you know.
Right. In his head, it worked out good. The minute he told me that, I was like, that's going to be hideous, dude. What the fuck? So I had a really good passenger this week. I haven't had a good passenger doing Uber for a while, and I had this really cool passenger. He was a lot of fun. Literally to the point, he was a lot of fun to the point where I was like, dude, like I would want to have him be a guest on our podcast because he was like just cool. He was chill and he was funny. And so I picked this dude up. And I didn't quite know where I was taking him, but I knew I was taking him towards like the Springfield area because he started talking to me immediately. And he was like, yeah, I'm like, this is the first time I ever Ubered, so sorry about this, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, you're cool, man. And so, random dude, kind of longer hair, glasses, really furry face, but it was a long beard. Kind of just, he had a very distinct look about him to where that would play more into the story later. So I'm talking to him, and he's telling me about how he's like, yeah, it's the first time I've ever done Uber. And he's like, I struggled. I was like, I got my car repoed. But he's like, I've been kind of wanting to do Uber. And he was talking to me about that. And he was saying how he's like, I'm going to go to like Springfield. He's like, can I get a ride back? Will it be easy for me to get a ride back? I was like, yeah, it'd be like easy-ish. I said, it wouldn't be hateful. I was like, it's not so busy out there. It's like busier in the area that I picked you up in. But I was like, it's cool. You probably get a ride. It'll just take you a little bit longer. He's like, yeah. And then so he was saying, he's like, well, he's like, from this year to this year, like 2008 to 2012, he was in the service. And so he's like, yeah, so like right after that, he's like, I was pretty much beach bumming it. I was like camping out on like the beach, and he's like, it was the beach that I was like, so this was in North Carolina, and he was basically bumming it on the beach to next, like close to where he was stationed. And he said, let's just say by the end of the summer, all the ritzy, rich area golfing people, he goes, we weren't on good terms. And so he had got picked up by the cops, and they were like, hey man, all right, we're going to take you to jail or whatever. And then like, because he was a veteran, they're like, well, we're just going to drop you off in the VA. So then when he was done with that area, he came back here. So he grew up in the Springfield area. And so he basically came back to this area to kind of try to live that same life. He was just like, yeah, I was just kind of randomly staying here. He's like, I'm actually on the way there now, like to the storage shelter, like the storage place where I have all my stuff. He's like, but I had all my stuff there, and sometimes I didn't have a place to stay, so I would kind of just crash there at my storage shelter where you're not supposed to sleep in your storage. But he's like, man, I came out of this seedy bar one time in the area. He's like, to be honest, I really don't even really remember leaving, and I don't remember getting to my storage area. He's like, but like, he goes, I went there, and he goes, I stumbled there to like basically go to sleep, and he's like, they caught me. He's like, I woke up, he was surrounded in beer cans, and he was in his boxers. He's like, but the way they caught me was that this lady had taken a picture of me and put me on the Yelp website and gave me a 1-star review. And I was like, he's like, so I basically like bashed the place, and the place got back a hold of him, and I was like, whoa, I was like, what a bitch. I was like, if this was me, I was like, I would have taken a picture and posted you on Yelp, but she sure as shit would have got a 5-star review, and I would have been like, this place is lit. I was talking to him, he goes, yeah, he was like, I told my therapist about that, and she couldn't stop laughing. And he's like, they're not supposed to laugh. And I was like, well, I said, like you're laughing about it now, you're probably like, I forget what I said to him, probably being all right. He goes, well, no, actually not. He's like, I was like in a pretty low area of my life. I was like, oh, that sucks. He's like, yeah, but I kind of figured I should like get my shit together. And then, I was talking to him, but it was really cool. I was like, this dude should be on our fucking podcast. He could be a guest. And then, so when I went to drop him off, and I was like, well, good luck. Try not to pass out in your boxers. He's like, well, I've been sober 2 months. I was like, definitely would not be a good candidate to be on our podcast. But he was cool. I really liked the guy. He was a lot of fun. It was good times.
That's funny.
But that was like I wish I could have had a longer stint with that, like, passenger. I delivered him to the area, and I think at that particular day I had to work noon to midnight. And so I was doing this before work. And then I had taken like my vitamins and stuff like that, and on an empty stomach, they were making my stomach hurt, and I was like, fuck man, I gotta get to a gas station quick before I throw up. And then I got myself some peanuts, and as I was eating them driving down the road on my way to work, I had to sneeze really bad, and I was like, and they went everywhere. It was a crazy day.
The peanuts?
Oh, peanuts, definitely peanuts.
Okay, yeah, I was just sitting here talking about shit, and you're saying whatever, like
everything, because I shoved a lot of peanuts in my mouth because my stomach was on fire. And it was just like, they went everywhere, and it was really funny. And then I think after that, I maybe got one more. I don't even think I got one more ride. I actually made it to work on time. I was pressing my luck with the time, but that was a super good day. And I had a super good passenger. I wish I had more passengers that were that fun. It would turn into something like that taxi game. What
Crazy Taxi?
Not Crazy Taxi. The dude that was doing the trivia.
Oh. Yeah.
Years ago.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
It would be similar. Like it would be so similar to that if I had.
See, I like the taxi game.
Interesting
It's probably
passengers.
like taxi cab trivia or something.
Right,
stupid
something
like that.
right.
See, I like the taxi cab game where I
think about that
pretend
all
to be
the
a
time.
taxi driver, and then the chick gets in there and she's like, I don't have any money, I can't get anywhere. And I'm like, well, I'll show you how to get across town. And then we pull over.
That's not how Crazy Taxi worked. That's Grand Theft Auto.
That was a completely different type of taxi. That's on Pornhub if you look it
Cash
up.
cab.
There you go. That's what it was.
I could not for the life of me remember
Right.
what it was.
When I have passengers those days that are that interesting, I really like. It reminds me of that. Like it's kind of. And maybe I should become more interesting to have more interesting passengers.
You
But
can do
sometimes
a cash cab.
Dude.
Except for don't give away your money. Give
Right.
away like candy or something.
be like,
Oh, you're diabetic, sucks to be you.
You have your choice.
here's your sugar-free shit.
Oh, I guess you can have sugar for you.
I'm
Like
thinking-
I gave them like a sugar-free peppermint, and then a sugar-free Russell Stover thing, and then if they get the big deal, they get a bottle of water.
I'm thinking
Here's
more
your
along the
Diet
lines.
Pepsi.
No, I'm
Right.
thinking more along the lines of you give them real candy, tell them it's sugar free. No, if you get this last one right, you get this insulin shot.
I like that. I really like that. I'm gonna have.
Live or die, insulin shot. Find out next.
I'm gonna have to do a whole do-over. I'm gonna instead of Uber, it's gonna be like the diabetic cab, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is great! Like I can like identify with somebody like me, and then they're gonna give me a discount because I'm diabetic. It's cool." It's like, ha ha ha! You're getting stuff with candy, bitch.
It's just like lock the doors and like
Lock the doors.
answer these questions or die.
Answer these questions or don't get let out, and then answer these questions and die. Or answer the last question correctly and get your needed insulin so you don't die. That's just terrible, and terrible in a good way.
It's like the worst Saw movie ever.
Right. It's like I feel like they should make a cheesy like. You know those shitty TI-85 calculators that they would make games for? That's the game that would be on that calculator. It would be so horrible. The game that I remember that we had, that we were all like downloading to each other's phones back in the day, it was, I literally don't know how the gameplay went, but you were drinking. And so, like, you basically, like, your thing was to get drunk, and you had to get the highest blood alcohol level, it was like an unrealistic number. Like, you would be like fucking 85% alcohol level.
I feel like I vaguely remember that.
Speaking of blood alcohol levels, mine's feeling a little low right now.
I know, and I was getting ready to take a bathroom break.
Sweet!
No!
Good times.
Yes. So
Talking shit.
So we need to definitely like rig up just so when we get all these cameras all set up, the GoPro is going to be done as the shit cam.
The GoPro's gonna sure we can.
We'll like duct tape it to a ball cap or something, and whoever has a bathroom break has to put on the GoPro and
Well, I
start
feel
it.
like it could be done in the bathroom, facing the toilet. Like,
Well, if we record in that room, we could easily just run a cord up and under the thing.
absolutely.
And if Ariana showers in there, she's going to get all paranoid about leaving the camera in place.
That's good stuff.
She's
I like it.
"Ah, are they watching me shower? Are they watching me poop?"
At the very least, we could do a fourth mic and do like the shit mic. Right, and we could like splice it in. So if like if there was talking and shit right here, farting, we could splice, fart here, and we could figure out video. It would work.
Oh, speaking of splicing and video and things, so Francis about had a shit fit the other day
Okay.
because the night we're trying to rename the plug into the misBEERhavior.
Mm-hmm.
I mentioned that I had a three-way with you two, and she just stopped.
That's great.
I was like, blah blah blah, try to rename podcast. So I was like, yeah, I had a three-way with the girls, and she's like instantly just like records get what?
Are we talking about Francis?
Ron's about to get
Yeah.
broke up with. Saying the shit that he shouldn't be saying.
It was like had a three with the girls, and she's like, what? And I just kept talking about renaming the podcast and all that, and she was like clearly just like, it's a good thing I know you're lame.
Yeah, it's a good thing I know they would never go for you. Good stuff. Good fucking stuff.
So, beer number 3, the mysterious Beerious.
Dun dun dun.
Dun,
We need
dun, dun.
we need like a sound clip that's like
I
literally a
think
dun
so.
dun
I
dun.
can get sound clips. I gotta find sound clips, and if not, like we can change them over because I thought there was somebody else I found that makes.
Or we
pretty
could
good
just get
sound
Missy to
clips.
go doo doo doo.
Do do do.
And then just say that in a microphone and like auto tune the shit out of it. Like
That'd
the
be
mysterious bridge. Doo-doo-doo.
Right.
But
So she
I
edits
do
all of our
have
shit.
someone that I
Hey,
would
can you
like to
open this?
plug.
Because my
Yes,
fingernails
just
aren't
fucking-
working.
My fingernails aren't working.
That hurt.
Shh.
No cheating.
I'm not cheating.
She's not cheating.
She's cheating. She's
I
cheating.
don't know what it is. It's a little darker.
I think this one's also very dark looking. Let's see. So, I became an old people this week.
I became an old people. Oh, yeah?
I've been taking vitamins lately,
Yeah.
and like, I keep forgetting to take my vitamins.
I hate that. I
Did
do
you
the
do the
same
old
thing.
people pill?
So I went to the Dollar Tree and I bought like a day of the week pill thing, and I'm like, I'm officially an old people. So now I have to, cause like, I'll sit them right in front of me, and I will forget to take them at breakfast time. They're like sitting right fucking there. And I'm like, well, maybe if I get something that's like out of the ordinary, I'll actually take them, you know? And it's been working so far, but I don't know how long that's gonna last.
All I have to say is, welcome to my world. I've been old peopling for a while now with those blood pressure pills and shit.
See, for me, I do. I've done that before. I've done the old people pill thing. The thing that gets me the worst is when you got pills you gotta take in the morning and night, because I forget.
Yeah, I'll just shove all that shit in my mouth in the morning and be done with it.
And then I go
Yeah.
good with it for a while. I'm like, oh, I'm doing really good with these pills. And then I just fucking out of nowhere forget for a day or two in a row. And then if that first day's not too bad. The second day, if I forget it, it'll be like a month later, it'll be like, oh my God, I used to take vitamins. What the fuck? Because the thing that reminds me is, I'm going to start taking vitamins. I need to be healthier.
Man, look
And I'll be
at
like,
all
I
this.
used to take vitamins.
Look at all that head.
I gave Ron a ton of head. And
All
I
the
gave
head.
myself
We all got
a ton of head. I am talented.
She gave Missy so much head it almost spilled out.
Well,
I got good. I don't know. I like head to beers.
man, I feel like I got cat hair on my nose.
I feel like this IPA-ish already.
Okay, so I'm going to mention another episode of our old podcast. So do you remember, like, when we were talking about, they had, I think it was Japan, had a trend where they were like,
Fish beer.
huh?
Fish beer.
No, where they were like emphasizing their camel toe. So, and we were talking about making
Was it the
things-
vagina beer?
I don't remember
Plan.
why. I don't remember why we were talking about it. I can't remember how it came up, but we were talking about we were going to make things to make it like look like shapes, like heart shaped.
Yeah, was it the fur? Was it or no, I know where that came from. So when we did that
I'm just hearing the Bob and Tom Camel Toe song in my head.
when we did that 5K at the Molars.
Uh-huh.
So when we got back to Molars for our 5K beer at the end of the 5K, baseball was on. So baseball was on that TV, and then like this chick, a couple of the girls had these massive ass camel toes.
I remember this now.
And then we said this basically spun off a whole like I'd have a star shape, I'd have this, and then like I think we brought that back to our show. That's where it came from.
So like somehow, I don't know how it came up, but this girl that I work with, we were like having a conversation about something, and then she goes, so my mom bought camel toe concealer, and I was like, is this like a makeup? I'm like, is this like a thing that
The word
like,
concealer.
I'm like, is this exactly what I think it is, or is this like some kind of makeup and they just named it something funny? And I'm sitting here like listening for a minute, and she's like, because I think her mom lives in Florida or something, and she was like, yeah, she bought it because her bikini always rides up. I was like, okay, this is exactly what I was thinking. And I was
So is it
telling
just
her,
like a giant set of nuts that's in there?
I don't know, but
It's
like,
a flat thing.
I was like, so
A flat taco shape.
I was like, all I'm picturing is it's just some like dude in his basement, and they do like customizing, so you have to send a picture of your vagina to get it customized.
They gotta do like
That's so
like they do in
great.
Hollywood where they make like a plaster cast of the guy's
play,
face.
guy. Nice
Yeah,
play.
it's just like some dude that's in his mom's basement, and he's making these things, and he's like, just send a picture of your vagina.
And he's making a 3D printout of the vagina so he can jerk off to it, but then he's also creating the product for them.
He's just
so
like,
he's
okay.
like, I'm providing a service.
He's just like, okay,
to
ladies.
them and
He's just
myself.
like, ladies. So here's how the process works. You come here into my basement in my mom's house.
Oh, man.
You take off your pants. and I scientifically measure you with my vagina measurer. And
he's got a fucking tattoo on his dick that has the fucking inch marks on it.
And he's just like, it's like a freaking, like, one of those, like, 3D printer laser scanners. He's like,
I would assume, though, like...
He's like, okay, now spread it a little bit. A little bit more. Okay, now close it. And he's like, I'm going to print off, because it's quicker, a soft rubber prototype.
So you're going to say you're going to assume what?
I don't know.
The soft rubber prototypes are totally destroyed afterwards. We're not going to talk about the method of destruction.
She was like, I'm going to ask my mom if she had to take a picture of her vagina. I was like, do it.
That's right.
They come in small, medium, and large. You freak, what's your problem?
See, in my head, I hate it when people talk and say things that don't make sense. Like, it makes sense, but for a minute, my mind doesn't process it right. Like, there was one day, a long time ago, I was talking to somebody I was working with about, like, replacing the shower head, or I used the term shower head, and I was like, I don't think that sounds right.
I mean,
like, in my head, I was like, that's not the right term for that. Because my thought was shower blowjobs. And I was like, no, wait, I was right.
Oh, God, I do that sometimes.
And so when people do that and then they're talking to me, I'm fixated on that one thing. So they're telling the rest of the story. And I'm like, wait a minute. You're going to have to go back to the weird word that's a normal word that I should have known what it meant. But in my head, it created another thing for it.
Do you know how many times I Google words? I'm like, I know this is a word, but I'm going to Google it just in case.
Because I thought my dumbass brain made it up. It just doesn't seem realistic. Yes!
So, like, over
the time.
So, over Christmas in the past few weeks, because my daughter got her license, my dad is letting her borrow his spare truck.
She's actually driving the stick shift?
She is. She drove it to school today.
Oh, sweet.
She told me this morning, as she was leaving to go to school,
enjoying Chris driving her stick shift.
She put a sticker on the back of the pickup truck.
Is it a gay sticker?
Better. It says Bussy Wagon.
Yes! That's
She's got a Bussy Wagon sticker on the back of the truck. And she was like, can I put it on there, Dad? And for a minute I thought about it. I'm like, She's like, I got to. I'm like, put it on the glass to the hatch so it'll be easier to clean off and not fuck up the paint. What? If it goes back to your grandpa, he'll be less concerned about that. It'll be easier to clean off. She's like, okay.
His dad is a very I don't know his political views, but he's just a conservative farmer.
Old fart farmer.
Fucking boomer that has no tolerance for anything other than boomer.
That's amazing.
I love it. Just get her a fucking gay sticker to put right along with it. Just right along with it.
I've had to tell several people what bussy means. People that I thought would have already knew what bussy means.
It's not too self-explanatory, but it's also like, well, it rhymes with pussy, and it starts with a B, so it's got to be something like a pussy. A butt pussy. Like, a pussy butt. I've got a story about pussy.
Boy pussy?
Oh my God.
Boy pussy works too.
Same way.
Right. So the, shit. When, I don't ever get Wish
Real quick, we
ads.
haven't talked about this at all.
We'll get to that. This is important. I don't get Wish ads in my Facebook anymore, but when I still did, when you would get the sex toys right there, boom, from Wish, and then you would, like, they were obviously an Asian product. Like, the description was made by Asians. It would be like a fleshlight, but their description would be, for one, it would be child's toy. Two, it would be pussy butt. And so I just laughed so hard at it being called a pussy butt. And so, like, me and one of my friends, anytime we just basically talked about any sex toy, we'd be like, oh, a pussy butt? And it was really great. So, the bussy would also be a pussy butt. I love pussy butt. I love it. New t-shirt. A new t-shirt for our new show. I love pussy butt.
Man, we haven't even made t-shirts for our old show.
Right, like
I have so many funny ones too.
Well, they're gonna get made regardless, and the stories are gonna come out behind it. Those are gonna be our lost episode shows.
Weird bent dick, doggy style the sun. I shit sunshine. I'm not that stupid dumb.
I am.
I'm not. These are good things that would just be funny, just regardless.
So, what did you say? Something.
I love pussy butt.
I love pussy butt.
I'll make a shirt for that, and I'm gonna send it to Jess. I'm just gonna send it to her address.
You
She
should.
would love it.
Anonymously?
Fuck yeah. I do that occasionally. I've done that for her, and I did that for Stacy. I just, and they just be seeing me down. I'd be like, I'm just gonna send them a random gift. Or like when I sent you all the ping pong balls because I was really drunk and I thought it'd be hilarious.
And it was.
It
I
was.
couldn't figure out what the fuck it was for.
Why did I get over 100 ping pong balls? That's great. She's gonna get an I Love Pussy Butt shirt. She's gonna know it's from me. It's gonna be great. But no. So this beer,
It
dude,
tastes.
I am trashed.
It tastes to me very, very similar to the last one, but without the old without the old cigarette undertone.
So this
I was gonna ask what it was.
This tastes so much lighter than what it looks like. It looks like it would be.
Mhm.
It looks like it would be a heavy beer just because it's so dark, but it's like very light tasting and refreshing. I think
It is. It's all three of these beers. Well, okay, the first two at least
What was the-
seem like they should be thicker and richer, but they're very thin and refreshing as opposed to how they look. So, but it's like like this one as well. Yeah, they're all like these. So these could basically be a fall beer. They're a year-round beer. They could be fall. They could be winter. Spring and summer, they probably work well too. They got like more of a taste to where it's just not a thin, crisp, suck it down like you're trying to drink water and like replenish your thirst flavor. But they're not going to bog you down or weigh you down in a warmer weather situation.
So this beer company does a monthly small batch, and this is one of their monthly small
Interesting.
batches.
Okay.
That's fun.
And it came out in November of
So I'm gonna go to that
2022.
brewery.
Okay.
So, do you guys have any guesses to what you?
I'm just
It
getting
tastes like a coffee beer.
a chocolatey coffee beer. It doesn't, like I said, the only thing I'm getting different from the last one is that I'm not getting like that kind of a cigarette-y undertone.
I
But
don't
this is
hate
very
that,
small
and I don't
bubbles,
know if
too.
it's because the last one was like strong
Right.
coffee, so I'm not getting it as much as. But you guys, I think you got it pretty much right. You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a tiramisu.
Okay.
Okay.
Tiramisu
Oh.
Stout by Spearhead Brewing
Where'd you
Company,
get that?
and it's 5. I think I got this one also at Jungle Gyms.
I didn't. I was right there beside you, watching everything you bought.
Yeah, well,
I don't
What was the percentage on this?
So you fucking
this
pocketed
is
it out, man.
5.5.
What was the percentage on the RC? I don't think I caught it.
I think it was like 8.
Okay.
So
This is really good. I like it.
water, malted barley hops, yeast, chocolate flavor, tiramisu extracts, hazelnut extracts, natural flavors, caramel color.
That's what it is. It does taste like a tiramisu because those are a dessert.
Mm-hmm.
But so you go to the buffet. You get their so the Asian buffet, you get their foods, and they have sweeter food. Some of them are spicy, but they have glazes. They're all gonna have brown sugar in them. It's like, ooh, that's a lot of sugar.
Tastes like
But their desserts, like the tiramisu,
it's like the Chinese
like
restaurant.
there's no fucking sugar in it. It's it tastes like a coffee bread.
Yeah.
Like they don't pour the amounts of sugar that we do in it. So it tastes like a tiramisu. Like it's good. It's not super sweet, but it's also pretty good. I like that. Sourhead. Where's Sourhead?
Spearhead.
Spearhead. I'm sorry. I see it from here. It says Sourhead.
Spearhead Brewing Company is in Kingston, Ontario, which
Oh, Jesus Christ.
is southeast Ontario.
It's Canadian, eh?
It's on the north shore of Lake Ontario.
So
This is-
we're going to have to get some
This is Canadian
it's
beer.
like
eh?
right
passports to go
north
there.
of, I think it was like pretty much almost straight north of Rochester, New York.
So we're
So
gonna have
that's
to go.
an
To
easy area.
So we're gonna have to go up to Canada, eh?
Yeah.
Well, I got my
so-
passport ready. This cool.
I don't have a passport. This bitch has to get a passport.
Their brewers have 30 years of experience. They have live music, and I think from what I could gather, they deliver to homes nearby.
Ah, fucking milkman,
So-
but beer man.
They're open 7 days a week, and
Good
let's
for
see, they
them.
have signature beers, which are a Hawaiian style pale ale, Napa, which is a New England IPA, and Decoy Lager. So those are like their main beers.
So an IPA, a lager, and then these little random guys.
Yep, and they do like monthly small batches. I think they probably have other ones too, but those were like the main ones I could find on the website. So
That's cool.
pretty good.
Hmm.
I think this is probably my least favorite of the three, but it's still
Yes,
good.
but it's still
So
good.
It's really close to the last one for me. I'm gonna go
It
with
is.
like a 3 on this one. It's not
That's
bad.
what I was gonna do.
Actually, I'm gonna do 3.5. I like this slightly better than the last one.
This is like a super sipping beer, and it's more so like a slightly carbonated coffee. Like literally like how I just told that story about that old partner I had, Tom, that was trying to get the cold coffee, but he was a black coffee drinker. That would be the drink. That would be like the taste that you'd go for. And it's just like, but you're getting drunk off it too at the same time. Like, that's a good deal.
So what do you give it, Missy?
What did I give that last one, a 4?
You gave it a 4.
So I'd probably give this one like a 4 as well. Like I thought they were all really good. But my favorite kinds of beers are always going to be the coffee, the sweets, the desserts, the chocolates, the peanut butters, the marshmallows. I gravitate towards those or the beer barrels.
So for those that are new to us, since we're rebooting, our rating system kind of works out with, we each give our own point on it, if you will, and then they're averaged out, and then that's what gets put on our Untapped rating.
Right.
So just
if we, I feel like we have a really similar beer appreciation taste, because we would really throw each other off if every week one of us would be like, dude, that's a fucking 1, and the other one would be like, that's a 5, and that, everything would be mid-range, but we're all very similar. And I feel like there's like a public rating on all of those too, like where like that last one that we drank, that fucking Molly Hack Ranch.
High ratings.
I was like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
They were drunk.
I think a lot of people like IPAs, and we don't like IPAs.
No, that's right. Yeah, IPAs are very popular, and that's to me is fucking.
Hey, I like to chew on.
Grow up, bro.
Hey man, I want to suck on a bag of pennies.
We have
pennies.
We have.
We've had a few really good smooth IPAs, but for the most part, like he said, it tastes like pennies.
Arche. I think they taste like rubber bands.
That quadruple IPA we had by them.
Arche.
I think it was them.
That was the best one we've ever had.
A very, very good.
There was one that
Arche IPAs are smooth.
Yes.
There was one that I brought. I
remember
I brought that was like I think I did it as a mystery. It was like a quadruple IPA.
That was
I don't remember
best
the name,
IPA
but it was like
it was an Arche one.
it was like neon colored with cats and different like crazy artwork on the can. That's exclusively why I bought it.
That's Flying Monkey.
Was that Flying Monkey?
And that was not the best one.
That's one that I really liked.
I brought that. I thought I brought that one because
What was it?
So I bought a Flying
I just remember
Monkey.
it had like a bunch of neon cartoony shit on the can.
So I bought a Flying Monkey beer one time, a long time ago. That was a triple IPA, and it was pretty good. I was like, I don't like IPAs. Why is this so good? So I thought I was like, so because I thought that one was good, I thought
Sage Sunshine.
Something like that. That sounds right.
So I feel I thought I brought that one in expecting it to be as good as the other one, and it was kind of disappointing. I thought you brought the Arche IPA that was the best IPA
I brought
ever
quite
had.
a few Arche things, so it's possible.
Right. So I feel like I don't know.
So
That one?
Yes, I really like that.
Did you really
one.
bring that one?
So
Yeah.
this-
Maybe you did. Was it supposed to have some kind of carrot after taste? I don't know.
I don't.
Maybe just after drinking it, I thought it was it supposed to be like an orange creamsicle
It says-
IPA?
I think there's
Yes.
like yeah,
Okay.
Orange creamsicle.
yeah.
Quadruple dry hopping and nostalgic creamsicle energy continue.
I think I was really disappointed in that taste because the other one I had that had a cat on it. Because that's Flying Monkey. Flying Monkey like sounds like it'd be like the best brewery ever because it's got a cool name. And that was an alright taste, but I was more disappointed in that
I think
one.
that's the only thing we've done by them.
It is. Because that's like, I've only had 2 beer ever by him, and one was at my house. If I ever get the one with the IPA that I had, I'll bring it because it was like actually pretty fucking good, and I hate IPAs.
So I
But
have
I don't hate it as much though.
so I have more of a like I guess into the game question. Where are we telling people to go after this now?
Ooh, so we can say
Because
I didn't buy the domain yet, so it'd be like
and we can't say that man because somebody will like domain park us too much.
nah, they won't domain park us. I can go and buy it tonight.
Okay.
Or like here, I just didn't buy it because I just didn't have time to. It's what would we say? misBEERhavior.com.
Yeah, we need like
There was somebody parked on misBEERhavior.com.
No, there wasn't.
Okay.
There because I looked at it and I don't think there was.
Not to cut off too much entertainment value, guys, But, this is all about restarting our shit, and I just suddenly realized that our old jingle was stroppingbuttplug.com, and while we still have that, and we'll absolutely, you can feel free to visit that, it's not quite as valid these days.
It's still that. It's funny because it says Safari cannot open a page because the server cannot be found. It's not parked.
Okay.
You just didn't spell it right, dude. No, but like with the Stropping Butt Plug, we didn't do really anything with.
And I had some bios on there. We had it set up to supposedly.
We had the first post. That was literally it.
Yeah, we did. I didn't really do anything with it. I don't think I logged into it.
Right.
We did the first time we got it.
We have to just put in just little by little. There's this cool book that I was listening to. It's the compound effect, and if I remember that theory, 15 minutes a day, or just however little bit here and here and here, after a year. That's a lot of growth. That's amazing. It's good stuff.
So, misBEERhavior.com?
misBEERhavior.com?
But wait, what if we want?
Do we need a new jingle?
Should we do the old one or should we do a new one?
misBEERhavior!
Right.
Wait.
Yeah!
Have we learned anything today?
I learned that I had more stories to tell, but I guess I'll wait till next time.
Because we talked a lot. Write that shit down. I learned
it's written down.
Right, there you go. Let's see.
I learned that Missy wants me to get canceled because she wants me to shave a Hitler mustache.
Well, I don't think that was a new
right.
learn.
That's what we always got no, so
because Ron, we always give shit to Ron.
I learned more off camera than I did on camera. I learned that we're growing and I like it. I like our growth. Our new name has just created a new us. And we say new year, new us, but nope, we're going to be worse. New year, new us, we're going to be worse. I like that.
So,
the only thing I say is new year, new us.
When Missy,
all vacant episodes.
Missy's the one that came up with the name of this, and as soon as she said it, I was like, "That's the one."
She did because she was wanting to use the word beer. You had you were thinking other things.
Beer Fart Wednesday, because I always say it
right.
It's Beer Fart Wednesday,
and then
we do this on Tuesdays.
We were thinking other things, and then it was kind of more so I said Shenanigans. You're like, I like that. I'm like, I hate that. And so I'm going through trying to think of anything else. There was something else that you said, but it was something you said, and I think something about it was already taken in a way that you're just like, nah, we can't do that.
We were doing brutal, stuff.
That's what it was. So you were doing stuff like that, and you were really into a play on words, and I was like, all right, let's create a play on words.
Then coming up with 3 or 4 or 5 different logo ideas, and the other day. I was at work, I was just fuck it. Nobody's here. And I just started photoshopping shit. I'm based off of what everybody had been throwing up there. I'm boom, there we go.
And we found we're keeping it super simple because we want to make it easy for our fans. We want to make it easy for you guys to be loyal. We want to make it easy for you guys to find us. We want to make it easy for you guys to enjoy us and interact with us.
We want to make it easy for you to stalk us, tell us how pretty, especially the bald fat man.
And we want to make it super enjoyable for you guys because we're out there to add value to your lives. That's what I learned throughout the past week, and I liked learning that. I learned that we grew this week.
That's true.
Man, that's way deeper than insightful.
She went all reading Rainbow, Mr. Rogers, all the things that we watched when we were little kids. She went full in on that.
I learned that she's probably high.
Reading Rogers. We're just maybe that could someday be a shirt. Is this just going to be like Lamar? It's going to be Black Mr. Rogers.
But overall, I learned that Missy is more inspirational than we thought.
Sometimes. Just sometimes, okay, man?
Especially when she's drunk.
So, misBEERhavior.com?
misBEERhavior.com.
misBEERhavior.com.
I think maybe we're gonna grow, figure out eventually what our tagline is gonna be at the end. We're probably just gonna do something now, and then it'll just change over time, probably maybe.
So misBEERhavior.com.
We actually put ourselves out there to people and then ask our loyal fans.
Because we, like you guys said, we used to do jazz hands things. So we go full metal with the misBEERhavior.
We're doing air guitar versus because the butt plug is gay. misBEERhavior is fucking metal.
Metal Straight titties.
Straight titties. Except for those gay titties.
My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
That's gonna be our fucking tagline. It's gonna be like, I don't know, misBEERhavior brings all the
Boys
to the yard. Our misBEERhavior brings the boys to the yard. It almost works.
I like the miss.
I like it too. We'll figure it out.
Right.
It'll work.
Like us, subscribe us.
Vote on what you want us to do at the end of the
Give us a
episode.
lot of comments.
Do
Just
some
like
things.
fucking talk to us, bitches. That's right.
We love you.
We're cooler now than we used to be.
Yeah, we
Maybe.
grew up. We're all grown up.
We're all
Except
grown up.
we're
And-
teenagers. We're gonna just stop right there.
And we're going to spend money on things and improve our shit more.
Yeah, we're gonna be cool.
We're gonna be more enjoyable.
Kind of cool. I don't know. I'm not that cool, but whatever.
Yeah, no, we're gonna.
We're going to fake our confidence like I do my orgasms.
And on the next episode of misBEERhavior.
I'll have to fake an orgasm if you're a guy.
Bye.